SoulMask. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Escaping a deadly sacrificial ritual, you find an ancient mystical mask on your journey. This mask holds potent knowledge, changing the world you knew. Face the harsh challenges of nature, survive rally followers, and build your own tribe. Explore and unveil the truths behind the enigmatic mask. Yes, guys, this is SoulMask. It's a survival crafty. It's a bit like Valheim, a lot like Conan, and it's got a bit of a few games twiddled in. What do I mean twiddled in? You'll play this and you'll go, oh, that's like it was in that game, or this is like it was in that game. You've got bosses you have to summon, like in Valheim, in a specific order that give you buffs. You have, I nearly said slaves. They're not slaves. They are tribe members that you drug and capture and so yeah, you have slaves, like you do in Conan. And yeah, all of that. You build up a little base, you build a little camp, and there's a shit ton of progression in this. But we'll start at the beginning, guys, where you escape the sacrificial madman, and you have to go to the character creation. There's not a lot of details in the character creation. Pretty disappointing, to be honest. Male or female, as you'd expect. Well, that's 2024. No, don't even know. The hairstyles, there's just a few, and if you shake it around, you can see how natural they are. The way the hair just falls and floats around. It took me a long time to get past this because I just could not decide which hairstyle. The next thing you have to do is choose your mask, guys. Now, this is your class system. You have 3 choices. You can be like a tanky guy, a stealthy guy, or an archery rangey guy. Each one has a ridiculous mask. So you make your choices and that's it. And when you get in the game, you do all the usual stuff. You chop down trees, you pick up stones, you pick up twigs, you forage in the bushes. You make yourself your crude weapons, your crude tools. And then you can build a crafting bench, and then that unlocks more stuff. You build a house, build a fire, which is a big beacon for your base. And then you progress from there by going around beating people up and forcing them to join your tribe. There's a shit ton, guys, of crafting. More crafting than I've ever seen before. The crafting, you can craft the craft. That's how bad it is in this game. But that's not bad, it's good. Because I am really enjoying this game so far. But it's the progress that gets a little bit too much. There's so much to progress. There's your masks. You've got to progress through your masks by killing bosses and getting different levels and proficiencies for different things that you do. Then there's your proficiencies, which you level up by, if you sit on the loom all day doing shit with cloth, you will level up looming. Looming. Okay. If you chop down trees, you'll level up other shit. If you start shooting things with your bow, you'll level up bows. That's how it works. I do always like them progression systems where you do shit, you get shit. You don't do shit, you don't get shit. Then you've got your general XP coming in off shit that you do, so to give you your actual level. And then you've got the stat points that you get. You put these into things like stamina, get more hit points, a bit more endurance, a bit more bow damage, that kind of stuff. Now, the open world, it has quite a bit of pop-in on my system, but it does look nice. I'm really enjoying just exploring. You'll find entire tribes out there that are pretty lethal. You'll find little camps of people that are, there's usually just 3 or 4 of them, easy to take out, providing you're the right level to do it. You have your general, you have to eaty, drinky bars. You can get over encumbered as well, so you have to watch what you're doing. You can't craft from chests, at least I haven't been able to. You have to have the mats on you. But what you can do is you can assign your tribe workers to, say, the loom, or to cook the meals, or to tan the hides. And they'll just happily work away. You can set a queue of tasks for them, and then they'll go around, they'll get their own food. You can enable them to auto-eat and things like that. You have to dress them. You have to go into their inventories and get all the clothes for them and keep their weapons good. So you look after them and they'll look after you. They'll come on little battles with you. They'll defend you if you're like getting chased off some animals and you bring them back to the camp. They'll go mental and leap on them. So they're very, very handy, and it's a very neat little touch to have in this. And bear in mind, guys, This is an early access game, and this is just a first impressions video. This isn't a review. I'd have to do about 15 hours minimum to be able to review this. Probably there's that much that you can actually do, and it is a grind. It is a grind. I'm playing co-op at the minute. You can play this solo, and you can play, I've seen servers with like 50 people on it. So there's a lot of people can actually play this. You can set all the parameters up at the beginning of what you want to, how many people you're allowed in your tribe, and so on and so forth. All the difficulty levels, how often you need to eat or drink, resources gathered, all of that stuff. I will mention X-ray vision because it does have that. I am absolutely aghast as to why this game does. No game needs X-ray vision, but this one clearly doesn't. Why the fuck do you want to walk around a fucking jungle spamming a fucking X-ray vision to see stuff? Who the fuck said that was a good? Who are the fuck off? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's a fucking game where you're supposed to explore and find shit, and you've got a fucking echo. Fuck off, please. What the fuck? This fucking X-ray vision.
X-ray vision. X. I said that's not fun. Bam. You need X-ray. Bam. I warn you of the X-ray vision. X-ray vision. X.
I found the combat alright, to be honest with you. The bow is it's a lot easier than the likes of Valheim. You don't feel like you're learning it. You just, you know, you bloody Robin Hood from the get-go, kind of, which was a bit of a shame. I was a bit disappointed. I was hoping that you'd be absolute wank at firing the bow and using the swords and all that, and then you just got better because it has that kind of proficiency system. But you don't really feel that. You've got, I crafted a longbow after, you know, an hour or so, and it's lethal, absolutely lethal. Obviously, you have to have the decent arrows in it, or you're not going to do a lot of damage. But there's a lot of progression, as in Valheim, where you can get the difference. You start with the basic wooden stuff, then you go to the stone, then I think it's the copper or the bronze stuff. Oh, sorry, it's the bone after the stone, then the copper, bronze, and all that. There's a lot of progression levels of gear that you can get. We are still looking like hobos. On ours, we haven't got that far in after, what, 3 to 4 hours of playing it. So you have to put in the hours, but I've run out of time because I want to get on to another game that everybody's been asking me to review, which you'll find out in a couple of days' time. So there you go, guys. SoulMask. It's quite a deep game. It's an enjoyable game. It's a little rough around the edges at parts. The UI is a bit clunky. I'm not a huge fan. I've ended up crafting shit that I didn't want to craft just because my mouse pointer has been slipped over the wrong column. It has shit going on like that. Some of the AI is a bit shit. But apart from that, guys, and the few other little bits that I mentioned, the good outweighs the bad, definitely. And I'm giving it a good old thumbie up, and I can't wait to review the finished game when it comes out.